All right, ladies, gentlemen, and traders in the house. Good afternoon from Nigeria. It's another fantastic and amazing Monday morning or afternoon, as the case might be. It's afternoon here, anyways, from Nigeria. So, good afternoon, guys. Adetola Freeman here, and this is the Monday market review session. All right. In the next couple of minutes, we're going to go into discussing what I'm seeing in the market, all right, and how you can take advantage of some of these things in your trades for the rest of the week. All right. I think it's also notable to mention that this week we're expecting some volatility in the market from the CPI release that is coming out on Thursday. All right, Thursday 14th, is it? I'm going to check that, but I think it's Thursday. All right. So we'll be having that stream on Thursday for the CPI sessions. All right. And trust me, you do not want to miss it. Right. You really shouldn't miss it. So we're going to be talking about all of these things. What do I expect from the CPI? How do I see the market, leading at the moment, and all of this other amazing and interesting things. In the meantime, Godwin Abara Duma, it's good to see you. Jola Osho Sadiq, good afternoon. It's good to see you. Umar Isa, good afternoon as well. It is lovely having you here. Angel El Guia, it's good to see you. Greetings from Mexico. Wow, Mexico. Greetings to you from Nigeria as well. Kudus Ajala, my good friend. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, sir. All right, so we are going to be doing something interesting today. Theophilos, of course, Theophilos Daladi, good afternoon to you too. So we're going to be doing something interesting as usual today. All right, we are going to be learning more about how I draw my pivots. All right, or pivots, depending on how you want to put it. But I'm going to be showing you in detail how I do that today. And the aim behind this is to help you guys to at least be able to trade one of the strategies that I adopt, all right, in approaching the market. Now, please do note that the pivot trading strategy is one of my least complex strategies. It's not an advanced strategy, it's extremely simple once you know what exactly it is that you're doing. All right, so Yasmin, it's good to see you. It's good to see you. Uh, Top Styles Kampala is good to see you. Stanley is good to see you. Good afternoon too. Levi Ezekiel is good to see you. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. All right. So if you're watching the stream right now, you do not have an FBS account. You're currently not one of our distinguished clients. There's a link in the chat box right now that you could click, all right, in order to access the FBS website and create your own account. And if you do have an FBS account right now and you would like to probably follow me on the charts from your phone or your mobile devices, that link in the chat is something you can click and it will take you directly to your FBS dashboard as well. Master One, greetings from Saudi as well. Oh, wow, greetings from Saudi. Yeah, greetings, greetings. Salam alaikum. So, Dennis JC, good afternoon to you too. So, at this point, without further ado, we're going to dig right in. So, remember, like I said, first things first, I want to show you how I draw my pivots. All right. Let me start by saying there are a couple of ways by which, traders have drawn pivots, you know, over time. All right. And the pivot is simply, let me explain like this. So, imagine you have a straight line. All right. You have a straight line and then, hold on. Don't mind my drawing. All right, so we have a load here. and then we have something here too. All right. Normal understanding or normal knowledge of a pivot tells us that a pivot is that thing in between, all right, such that this can flow to this side or balance on this side. All right. So the pivot will be in the middle, in between the two. All right. But in this case of Forex, all right, we're looking at pivots in this regard. So a pivot is that line, all right, that price has respected or reacted to both as support and as resistance, or that price has reacted to as support or resistance multiple times in the past, right? So here you discover that price reacted from, this line, all right, exactly Kudu's equilibrium of forces. So this line here serves as our support at this point, all right? And this line here serves as our resistance at this point, all right? So when we see a line like this, that becomes our pivot, all right? That becomes our pivot. Now, what do we want to do with our pivot? Now, first things first, you are not drawing your pivot using candlestick charts, all right? Your pivots must, as a matter of compulsion, be drawn using your normal line chart, all right? Your normal line chart. So you can see that here, I have this line that was respected as, you can see respected as resistance, resistance, and then price broke out of it. But when you mark that line, all right, you realize that that line, if I come back to the candlestick chart now, you see that around this line, we've had, especially from the other block on top of that line, we've had serious, heavy rejection. All right, we had one here, we had one here, we have the third one here, which so far has caused or has pushed Euro USD down by about, about 100 pips. Do you see that now? So, and this is gotten, or how do we get this? We get this by simply using the line chart to find the equilibrium, all right? That pivot zone. Are you with me, guys? Are you with me? Stay with me, stay with me, stay with me, stay with me. Don't go too far. All right, so based on that is why we are going to be showing you how to draw pivots today. So this is the line chart. Okay, let me delete all of this. All right, let me just clear all the objects on the chart. Sorry. Object. So yes, we're going to delete all. So now that we've deleted all the objects, what's the next thing we want to do? We want to draw our pivots from scratch. All right, that's what we're trying to do. We want to draw our pivots from scratch. And this doesn't have to be difficult. You can just pick an horizontal line, all right, and bring it over here. All right, you can just drag it around. Don't release your mouse yet. Just drag it around. And then look for areas where that fits the most. All right, you see that here. Yeah, looks good. Resistance was broken. Support was broken. Support was broken. Resistance, resistance, resistance. All right. So from an area like this, what do we do next? You go to the 4 hours time frame, 1 hour time frame, lower time frame basically. And what you want to do is you want to look for an order block that is not too far from that region. All right. Another block that is not far from that region. All right. And that will be your basis for a trade. So look at what we have here. This was an order block on the 4 hours time frame. All right. But not just was it an order block, it was an order block that gave us an SBR pattern. All right. If you've been following my articles on the FBS website, you should already be familiar with what I call SBR pattern. All right. An SBR pattern is simply a pattern where price creates a sweep. All right. You can see that this eye was swept. All right. That is the sweep. and then the low was broken, and that becomes our break, right? SBR for sweep, break, rejection. All right, SBR, sweep, break, rejection. All right, or sweep, break, retest. Sorry. So you see the sweep, you see the break, which means that what we were waiting for would be the retest of this other block. All right, as a supply zone. Now, if I go back to where price is at the moment, you'll see what happened. Price came into that other block, that supply zone, all right, at the pivot. You can see the red line is our pivot. The black rectangle is the supply zone, all right, and you can see that this is our SBR pattern. The sweep, the break, and then what happened? The first retest happened here. We got this massive 320 pips drop, all right, from that pivot. Then price retested the supply zone again, and then we had another 140 pip drop. All right. So if you learn and you know how to combine both your pivot zones and your demand and supply powerfully well, right? You know how to bring the two and merge, the potential from both of this. You are definitely going to make profit. And usually when you trade this system, you're targeting 1:3 or 1:5. All right. You're not looking for something excessive at all. You're just looking for something realistic, all right, and something that makes sense. So if you understood what I've explained so far, I would like to see you drop a comment or an emoji or something. Just give a reaction in the comment section. Let me know that you got it. All right, keep it coming, keep it coming. I want to see those reactions. I want to see those reactions. Big J, thank you, thank you, thank you. Good afternoon. Kudus Ajala understood. Lovely. So I want to believe that to a large extent, we've been able to. I want to believe to a large extent we've been able to, resolve that aspect, all right, and get it clearly. So that's beautiful. So now let us go into the analytics for the week, all right? Let's just analyze what's going on for the week and then see what we're doing. Dennis J say, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. So Euro USD, let us see what the market has in store for us. Now on the daily time frame, this was a previous high. And you can see that price has already gone above that high. All right. So what I think might happen, all right, especially because we're expecting the CPI, is there's a solid trend line here, all right, as an area of support. I believe there's a demand zone here as well. And you can see that there are moving average support here. Can you see that? I know, Big J, you can always catch up on, whatever it is that I teach here. Chunasako, you said don't forget USD JPY. I don't think we had any conversations about USD JPY prior. All right, so we have this as my major target at the moment since this has already been broken. All right. So what I think might happen would be that Euro USD, we most likely see price coming to this demand zone. All right. To get a reaction from both the demand zone, the trend line, and the moving averages. All right. And then from there, we can bounce. You get that now? So let me see if this is a channel or not. All right. Okay. Yeah, that's a channel. Hold on. Okay, yeah. All right, so want to see price test into this, and then from there we can bounce back up. Lecky, I know that you really want to know what's up on gold, but I would appreciate a bit of courtesy. All right, so you ask, please go. And by the way, we're definitely going to look at gold. We're definitely going to talk about gold because it's one of the major commodities traders trade. All right, so if it's about gold, you guys don't need to hassle me so much. All right, so this is GBP USD. Let's go to the daily time frame. All right, we're going to zoom in, go to the line chart. We're looking for our pivot. Yes, that looks like it. Let's see. Okay, that's our sweep. This is the break. That means we can target this area for our entry on GU. Let us see how that is. And I bet you can see that price is currently trading within a wedge. All right, price is currently being wedged as it approaches, as it approaches the supply zone. This could function as an area of demand, but let's see how that turns out. So I think for GU, price could come into this region, all right, and then drop this way, all right. Um, Let me see past time frame. Yeah, I think this is a much more reasonable target, all right, which would make this our new SBR pattern, all right. Our sweep, the break, and then we'll get the retest, all right. We'll get the retest on GU and then possibly this. But as you know, no promises here. So let's see. Initially want to see price come into the supply zone, all right, and then slide all the way down from there. You guys get it? Hope it makes sense. Oh yes, Kudus Ajala. Um, the answer to your question is yes. Let's see. All right, beautiful. So that is for GBP USD. Chitu Emmanuel. Well, I think that's the most basic response I can give. I learned and I practiced a lot, a lot, a lot. I mean, a lot. Yeah. Uh, okay. So where's our next pivot zone on AUD USD? Okay, this doesn't look bad. Test, test, uh, test, 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 test. So let's go to the candlesticks and see what price is cooking. Okay. So based on what price is doing here at the moment on AED USD 4 hour time frame, all right. So when we talk about this on the 4 hour time frame, um, so let's see how that works. Do we have a channel? Maybe not exactly, but I think it also functions as a consolidation. Yep, we've got a wedge. All right, so I think that this is the supply zone that AUD USD is aiming for. All right, it's most likely going to step into that supply zone and then reach for this demand zone. Do you get it? Does it make sense, guys? Does it make sense? AUD USD 4 hours time frame. We've drawn our pivots from the daily time frame. All right. So what we're simply doing now is establishing, um, you know, establishing entries. All right, on the lower time frame. Chuna Sako, don't worry, we'll talk about USD JPY. Okay, so this is AUD USD. Please let me know if that's clear so we can move to the next one. AUD USD, is that clear, please? All right, beautiful, 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 beautiful. All right, so let's move on to the next one, which is gold. All right, let's see what gold is cooking. cooking like suya. So this was a gold setup that I gave last week. And if you look at this, you'll see that that setup has done about 800 pips. All right, this is 800 real life pips on gold, which meant, for example, if you traded this with, say, 0.1 lot size, all right, you traded this with 0.1 lot size. I want to give you a picture of what you're missing out if you only attend these sessions without actually trading from them, all right, without actually, placing trades and benefiting from the massive, massive value that we're bringing your way. So if you're taking that trade from that point, risking 0.1%, all right, right now you would have made about $800. All right, $800. And I mean $800 with a risk that is probably around, yep, with a risk of about $86. You'd have made $800 already with just about $86 risk. And that is the power of attending sessions like this. It's not just sessions you attend, to just have fun, catch cruise. I know I can be an interesting person sometimes, but don't only attend so you can be entertained, all right? Attend so that you can also be enriched, all right? Once you attend sessions like this, watch it again, put it side by side with your own analysis, all right? And then figure out where your own entries are going to be. Once you're able to do that for your own self, I can promise you that you will make some good money. All right, you will definitely, definitely make some good money. That's one thing that I need you guys to understand. If you're able to come here, look at what we've done, all right, then go back, build up on it, follow up on it with your own entry criteria, all right, you will literally be swimming in profit. Okay, so let's look at gold right now. I'm going to have to clear this chart, but maybe not, because basically what I wanted to show you is this QMR pattern here, this SBR pattern here. All right, you can see we have this eye getting swept. All right, we have this low getting broken. So this is the point where we're expecting our retest. All right, we're expecting our retest here. Means that at this point in time, all right, we're simply waiting for price to get here. All right, probably get here. And then when price gets into that supply zone, we want to do a check on the lower time frames. All right, I want to do a quick check on the lower time frames, and then based on that check that we do on the lower time frames, we hit the nail on the head. All right, which means that if you have not cross-checked it on the lower time frames, all right, you shouldn't hurry into it. Do you understand now? Don't hurry into it. Go wait for it. All right, during the week, let price get into that area, and then once price gets there, you can easily, just check on the lower time frames. Do I have an entry trigger? Yes or no. If I do, then I take it with my risk management, and if I don't, then I stay back and wait for my entry criteria. All right. There are three things a trader can do. A trader can either buy, sell, or wait. All right. And one of the most profitable things a trader can do is to wait. In case you didn't hear that, let me repeat myself again. There are three things you do in the market as a trader. All right. You're either buying or selling or waiting. Are you with me? And one of the most profitable things you can do as a trader is the waiting part. Because a trader who does not have the temperament to wait for the price to present him the optimal setup or the optimal arrangement is a trader that is in a hurry to lose money. Are you with me? So don't be that kind of trader. Don't be in a hurry to lose your money. All right. Always, always exercise patience. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I want to get your feedback, guys. Yes, yes, Dave. That is it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So that's what we're expecting from gold. I want to see how that plays out. All right. I have an alternative approach, but I want to see this play out first. If I don't get my entry confirmation, then I'll go to the lower time frames and use my, my second option. All right. So having said that, let's move on to USD JPY. Yes, this was also an entry that I gave on USD JPY from live analysis from the I think it was from the website. Yes, from an article on the website. And so far we've done about 624 pips. USD JPY, we've done about 624 pips right now. All right, how amazing does that sound? It's crazy, right? 624 pips on this single move. All right, but now we're concerned what happens next. All right, what happens next? On the 4 hours time frame, I think that this is where price might be heading. All right, so that it can make use of this sweep, the sweep above that eye, the break below this low. All right, um, and then we'll take buy side liquidity from here. We'll take buy side liquidity from here. So something like this, the 200 moving average, the 200 period moving average on the 4 hours time frame could, add act as an additional confluence. All right, but I think that this is what we're likely going to see. You get that now? So we get a liquidity sweep from here. Price comes into the supply zone, and then from there, a drop, which would mean that our initial entry from USD JPY would have done about 1,227 pips. So this is the beautiful thing about trading the right way, okay? You're able to be more relaxed about your entries. Big J, unfortunately, I would not be able to do an analysis on BTC USD. And the reason why is because currently our license providers have placed a limit, all right, or a restriction on, how we address crypto because it's been reason for a lot of heartbreak. All right, it's been reason for a lot of heartbreak, and it's on that basis that we've been advised to refrain from running any analysis in the direction of crypto. Right, so I'm really sorry, but I'm gonna have to decline on that one. All right, so this is USD JPY. So let's see any other inquiries, any other inquiries. All right, let's see. Where's our pivot? Okay. Let me give you guys this as a bonus. Okay. Yep. So I think we have that. AUD card, GBP, AUD, USD, CHF. All right, we'll probably just do those ones. I think those will be the only requests I'll take for today. Um, okay, AUD card. Okay, pivot, pivot, pivot. Okay. AUD card. There are two options. All right. This supply zone is option number one. All right. This supply zone is option number one. All right, which means that we could see price just drop from here straight up. All right. However, there's option two, which would be for price to come into this second one, with confluence from the moving average resistance, and then we get this. All right, so those are the two options. AUD card, we could either get a reaction from here, which is the closest to the pivot, or this upper one here. All right, and one trick you can do is to set your alert. All right, set an alert around that region. Okay, you can set alerts to just monitor price. So once price gets there, on your MetaTrader, you're going to get notifications. All right, there's going to be there's this interesting sound that it makes, right, like an alarm. So just notify you that yes, price has got into your area of interest. So GBP AUD, let's see, line chart, pivot, 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 pivot. Okay, I think we can work with this too. Yeah. So 4 hours time frame, GBP AUD, we have our first option here. All right, this demand zone here is our first option. All right, for a buy. And I think that the second option would be here. All right, but I think I'm routing more in favor of this first demand zone. All right, we can see the pivot, the demand zone, the 200 moving average. Right, all of this could, you know, contribute to a price easily going back up. You get it? So the second alternative would be this. Akbar, I'm really sorry, but I think the commodities that I would be taking for today are already complete. Requests came in earlier, but I already showed you USD JPY, so I think that should be some form of. Please accept that as some form of consolation. Right, USD JPY was the commodity I analyzed earlier, so I think you can work with that. Okay, so I think the last one that we're supposed to talk about is USD CHF. USD CHF. Our daily time frame, we want to start with our pivots. Okay, 4 hours time frame. This would be option one. This would be option two. Okay, I think we have a trend line scenario here. Um, well as this. Yeah, the Fibonacci retracement zone. Sharif Oshuolale, SBR, not XBR. XBR is a commodity called Brent, right, or UK oil. SBR is what I told you earlier, sweep, break, retest. The price action pattern, if you've been following my articles on the FBS website, you would definitely have understood what it means by now. So yeah, for USD CHF, I think this is very plausible. Right, price rising into the 76% of the Fibonacci retracement, and then from there we'll get our initial decline, all right, so that price can probably recover bullish. But I think that's what I'm saying. So this is option one. Option two is from this second pivot zone that we were able to identify. All right. So if we don't get a reaction from this first pivot zone and the supply zone on it, then we'll go to the second pivot zone and the supply zone that is lying on top of it. Does that make sense, guys? Um, Jassy, I think once the session ends, you can always just go back, watch the stream again. All right. Just rewind a bit to the point where I talked about gold. All right. You're definitely going to see it. And by the way, I talked about a lot of other commodities too that I think you'd benefit from. Yeah, so this is USD CHF. Nixter, I'm sorry I have stopped taking requests for this particular stream. All right, but don't lose faith. Next week, Monday, is another date. All right, we're going to be taking requests. I would appreciate if you send in your requests, towards the beginning of the sessions. All right, so that I can be able to easily get to it before I wrap up my session. All right, it's been over about 45, 46 minutes already. I'm into the stream. All right, and I don't want to keep you guys waiting. So, that said, All right. Next week, Monday, we're going to be having another Monday market review. But that's not all. This Thursday is the CPI for the US dollar. All right. This Thursday is the CPI for the US dollar. And I am telling you, you don't want to miss it. All right. If you've never seen a practical or a live demonstration of the straddle trading strategy before, all right, for trading the news, then make it a date with me this Friday, this Thursday rather, yeah, for CPI. And I'm promising you it's going to be massive. All right. In the iconic words of a Nigerian influencer, they would say, it's massive, baby. It's massive. All right. So I promise you guys it's going to be a fantastic one. All right. You don't want to miss it. And I'll be looking forward to having you guys join in. All right. Before then, after then, my name remains Adetola Freeman. If you'd like to connect with me in any way possible, for whatever reason, all right. Although please do note that some conversations are completely out of the line, all right. But if you'd like to connect with me, just let's have some Forex related conversations from time to time. You can definitely just reach out to me on Instagram or LinkedIn. Adetola Freeman is the name. With that said, if you do not have an FBS account, please click the link in the chat box right now, create your account, and let's get the most out of the financial market. $7 trillion per day is no jokes, and I think that you can really make money from trading Forex. With that said, thank you so much for joining me once again today. I love you guys so much. You guys make my Monday. See you again next time. God bless you. Bye-bye.